good morning, and welcome to Rise and 9. It is Friday. I almost said December, January 9th. We were just talking about this, and it was on my mind.
I know, we were just talking about this, but it does not feel like January, so that's probably part of the confusion. It has been so warm out. Yesterday, I know Justin said some places around 60 degrees.
Right. I snuck out for a walk when I'm like, it's just raining, it's not too cold, and it really wasn't that bad. It was just kind of a light rain until I turned the corner into the south, and the rain was more coming at my face, but it was not bad at all.
Yeah, it rained a little bit at it rained a lot at my house, but there was a little bit where it rained kind of hard. But overall, it just kind of was consistent all day long. Some places got quite a bit of rain.
Right, it was. And I thought I'd go home and want to have a lazy day, and I didn't. I was like cleaning somebody had somebody coming over or something. I don't know. I just got into my pantry, got it all organized, and then I went to the bathroom and got that all rearranged and tossed out some stuff I didn't need anymore. It's just a really nice feeling.
Yeah, I weirdly did the exact same thing yesterday.
We didn't even talk about that either. Yeah.
Maybe it's the fact it felt spring-like and where you just get in that spring cleaning mode where you're like,
throw it out.
Get rid of it. Yeah, I also got rid of a couple things yesterday and did some deep cleaning around the house and just wanted to feel good headed into the week. And I actually am having people over this weekend, so there's this extra, when you're hosting. But yeah, it was nice to kind of get things squared away.
Yeah, I didn't get my Christmas decorations put away. I was like, it was just so cozy to have the lights on, so I kept those.
I kept mine too. I'm keeping mine through tomorrow, so I'm going to try to enjoy them a couple more nights. I even put fresh batteries in some of my battery-powered timer lights just to enjoy a couple more days.
Absolutely, and it is kind of nice, and especially if we might get a little snow tomorrow morning when we wake up. I was like, that's going to be so cozy to read a book and have coffee. And
I know. It's such a variety when we go from having the warmth that we've had and then seeing a lot of rain. We had all that fog earlier this week, fog that was hard to see outside when you were driving. And now we're talking about snow again.
Right. We are still in January, though. This is not usually as springtime as the weather is.
I know. And we will see, it looked like on the 9-day, potentially a couple days with highs in the 20s next week. That's going to feel so cold.
Oh, I know. This week when I was on the walk, I just had a sweatshirt and a lighter jacket. And was like, this is nice that the cold air is not hurting my face and it can be outside for a whole hour without having to feel frozen.
Yeah, didn't have to wear the big coat there for a couple days. But it is still January, so, what can we expect?
Right. That yard is getting so muddy. My dog was, he could dig a hole very easy, and he took advantage of that. He even had his mouth in the dirt just pulling up the sod, so my husband probably would have told me to tell him to stop, but I was like, he's having fun. Dogs love to dig holes.
Whatever makes Doggy happy.
Just have no idea why he says I'm a pushover.
Did he bring the mud in again?
Yeah.
As you're trying to clean.
Right, So we saved mopping for today. And
there you go.
Even on the patio door too, where he wants to come inside, there's those paw prints, but I don't know. It's nice to have muddy paw prints.
Good time.
It means there's a dog who lives there.
And it means it's not as cold.
Exactly. Those are signs of good things.
Exactly. It's something else kind of cool that happened. Libby Randall did this story about these hidden Grant Wood drawings that had been stored away for quite a while, and they were out for one day.
Right. A once in many decades opportunity that she got to see. So these were the drawings that Grant Wood used to create the stained glass on Veterans Memorial Building in downtown Cedar Rapids, the golden torch on top of that. And the drawings themselves are over a century old, and he used that to make those 58 panels that are still up in the window today.
It's amazing that they still have these in the condition. I was thinking about that when I was reading through Libby's web story on this, just how careful that you would have to be with something so old and delicate to preserve it all these years. And that's probably why it doesn't come out very often.
And the reason why that came out is because they're making a documentary about this.
Yeah, that would be cool to watch, actually.
I want to see that.
Yeah, really neat that they were able to get out, and maybe they'll bring him out again someday.
Absolutely. So filmmaker Kevin Kelly, he's from Iowa. He is saying that even lifelong residents don't always know about this art history in our own backyard.
Yeah, there's a lot of history with art here in Cedar Rapids, but Grant Wood, of course, very famous, and that's so neat that they were able to keep those. I think about how hard it is to even just save, certain things of your own, or for even just between moves of houses or something of that nature. The fact that they still have these all of these years
Yeah.
later, and we're able to keep them in such good condition.
Right. I saved some movie tickets when my husband and I were first dating because I was like, this is kind of cute. But even the ink just fades over time. Now they're just like pieces of paper now.
Yeah, even just with like certain conditions, things can fade over time, or with the sun. So that's probably why they have to be stored, you know, and handled in a certain type of way. And there's experts that deal with that, but it's very neat.
They're over 100 years old. So those are made in nearly 100, made in 1928.
Yes. And something else that's going on in Cedar Rapids, maybe you have had trouble fitting all of your trash in your yardie.
Especially if you were like us and you wanted to throw a lot of stuff away.
Yeah, I guess it's not the yardie. The yardie is where your leaves and stuff go.
Yeah, the garby.
The garby as they call it, for the garbage.
I think that's such a cute name too.
It is. I know, like picturing a mascot.
Yeah.
Yes, if you live in Cedar Rapids, you can now get a bigger trash can. A lot of people, you know, maybe have trouble fitting what they have in their current size. And I know Brian Tabak spoke with a man who said this has been a problem for years.
Right. It was only 35 gallons. Now you can get 65 and a 95 gallon. That is huge.
Yeah, that's big. Brian even had a really cool stand-up in his story where he showed that you put the current size into the bigger size. It fits inside there. So that shows you how much bigger it is. But we were talking about this, you know, people need different size, and maybe even time of year, like after Christmas, of course, all the wrapping paper and stuff gets built up, and you're like, okay, if you got to wait another trash day, another week, or if you host family, maybe you have a lot more to throw away. So yeah, it'll be handy.
Yeah, and those bins will be delivered in April and May, so have to wait a little bit. But you can still put a bag out, but you have to get those extra stickers.
Yeah, and there is a fee involved with if you want one of the bigger sizes. That information's on our website with the story, kcrg.com.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of stuff you could clean out of your house.
Yeah, there we go. Circling back. And also circling back to yesterday's conversation about Marco's Pizza.
Yeah, the store manager, so this is yesterday we talked about how those locations in Iowa, there were 4, including one in Cedar Rapids, those closed abruptly. Now they might come back.
Yeah, so they said that 4 closed in Iowa on January 5th. Marco's chief development officer said the franchise was consolidating to focus on other territories, but they do plan to expand this year.
Adding 80 new locations, and it could include back in Iowa.
Yeah, so maybe, you know, not so fast. Maybe Marco's will be back.
Right, perfect time for maybe if that does. If you're thinking about pizza, maybe your weekend tradition.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, lots of fun plans ahead for this weekend too.
I know, I'm looking forward to it. I know, I do try to eat healthier during the work week, but on weekends you can look forward to you know, things like that.
I know, when I organized my pantry, and I even organized the spice rack too. I took the spices out of the cabinets and filled up the things that I have on the counter, you know, like a spice rotation thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, I should do some baking. And I have in my corner, it's a cabinet that swivels. So I took the ingredients and food things out of there, and I put mixing bowls there. So I'm like, well, now that it's all organized, I have to do some cooking with all that.
Use it. Now you're ready to bake again.
I think my household would like some Blondie bars. Those are my husband's favorite.
Sounds wonderful. We have many birthdays in my family in December and January. So this weekend is all about the birthdays. We have my niece's 5th birthday tonight. And then we have a joint birthday party with 2 of my sister-in-laws and my dad. 2 of them are New Year's Eve babies, happening tomorrow. So lots of family times on both sides.
Yeah, that is so fun.
Yeah, it'll be good. It's nice to get those winter birthdays sometimes when you can separate them from Christmas, because sometimes they all get roped in together.
Right, the 2 separate celebrations.
Right, yeah. So it'll be good. It'll be a busy weekend, but it'll be very fun.
Yeah, and hopefully the roads aren't too slick. I noticed there were around 180 snowplows out in western Iowa too, with those roads being wet. So if you're headed out that way, you might want to be careful.
Yeah, it did look like it could be kind of slick that way. So, I mean, with all the moisture that we got, it doesn't, you know, those temperatures dip down, that can freeze.
Yeah, unfortunately though, in eastern Iowa this morning, things look okay though.
Yes, very thankful for that this Friday, and heading into a great weekend.
Yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great one.